welcome back. I know a lot of you are thinking, what the fuck happened to Luke? And I'm kind of moving right now, and I don't really have a spot to record with a webcam and shit. I'm just chilling outside in my car. Figured I'd do an episode. Got the handy dandy notebook. So I was like, fuck it, man. Let's see what we can throw down. And I had a great episode, so we're gonna rock with it. I also wanted to say, like, I'm gonna be trying out a new format to all, like, everybody out there listening, the 3 people or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna do like different styled videos, like 5 of my favorite things. I mean, it's still gonna be pretty sporadic and fun. And a lot of new things are going to come, but I'm going to shorten my videos to like around 25 minutes to half an hour, because I don't really want to go too long or too gnarly. Because, like, yeah, I will do like probably longer ones, especially if I'm making videos with my friends or like skits or maybe even like concert videos. I know me and my buddies, we're in a bunch of bands and stuff, so we might be stepping out and playing some shows here, so I'm looking forward to that. So that some of that might be up. I got a lot of stuff, so I mean, I'm just saying, for like the usual like weekly show, it's probably gonna be like about 20. I'm aiming 20 to 25. Some of them might be in half an hour, just because I can talk forever. But yeah, all that bullshit aside, today I wanted to talk a little bit about, that's right, motherfucking death metal. One of my favorite freaking musics. I've been listening like kind of for a while, probably like 5 years now. I wasn't like huge on it. Like I said, I'm more of a punk rock kid and things like that. A little bit of hardcore, but yeah, I want to give the Metal Archives a special shout out, because whoever created that and like their team is just wonderful. Their information's wonderful. If you ever need some tips on some metal, go check them out, because odds are like your band is there you're looking for, and they got everything and a lot of cool stuff. So check them out. It's cool. The Metal Archives. Alright, so I got 5 bands here and some honorable mentions, and I know like I'll probably mention many more as time goes on, and a lot more other bands. These are just like 5 death metal bands that I personally love, that I feel like you don't really hear a lot of. So I figured I'd like name a few and just talk about them. They're no specific order, really, because like I love them all dearly. I like yeah, I mean, I don't really like anyone on here like better than anyone else. There is like, I know a little bit more than others, but like music wise, they all rip some face pretty heavy. So to begin the list, number 1 out of Miami, Florida, Solstice. And Solstice is a band out of Florida. I'm not sure if they were like in the Buffalo scene or whatever. I know Rob Barrett from Cannibal Corpse. He's in there, and my favorite album by them, I think one you should check out. That's another thing I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna give you like where they're from, and like my favorite album you should check out, the date they started, and if they're still prominent, things like that. You know, just a little dive, maybe a little history and fun facts in there. But yeah, Solstice rules. They're like kind of thrash death, man. They're like super fast. I want to say Rob Barrett does the vocals as well, and I love his vocals. If you've watched the Cannibal Corpse documentary, you'll see him do some stuff, especially like in the bleeding section, like the bleeding little section they have. They do it. There's just a couple of clips in him screaming, and I've always thought he has like a super badass voice. And I think Ed Repka on that album also does that. And if you know into death metal, you probably know and are familiar with Ed Repka's work. He's a super cool artist. He's done stuff for like, I want to say Massacre, Obituary, Death. I know he's very famous for doing Death. Cannibal Corpse, maybe. Don't quote me on that. I think actually no. I think Cannibal Corpse has their own guy who's actually really good as well. I'll have to look into it more, but I just know that the Florida scene with Mora Sound and Scott Burns is super cool. So yeah, moving right along. Definitely check out Solstice. Another good album by them is I can't think of it right now because I'm like looking at a lot of shit, but it's the one with like the guy looking in the mirror and he's turning into the devil. It's like pray the bleed or pray something. It's excellent. The whole band is excellent. The whole like lineup is crazy. Their guitar solos on all of their work is just brain melting, man. It's insane. So check them out. Number 2 on the list is, I freaking love the shit out of these guys. Hailing from Wolfsburg and Lower Saxon, Germany, Stockholm, and Sweden later on. 1986, Protector. Protector is super awesome. If you know about Protector, you know that they're really fast, in your face, and just slamming, really growly, pretty mean. They're super sick. And one of my favorite sounds, when I found out they were from Germany, I thought that was pretty sweet too. There's a lot of good bands that I like out of Germany, especially like death metal, like Sodom, for example, and some others. But yeah, they freaking rule. They have their own their own like double bass sound. I love their drumming style. If you listen to their album Golem, it really stands out. Golem came out in 1988, which is a super badass year for death metal. 88 and 89, leading up to the 90s, was just, I feel like it was like still kind of a newer thing, and like new shit was just running wild, man. And it's just like a playground for death metal and like cool death metal tapes and albums and stuff. So yeah, Protector, coming out of Germany. 80s, I think they're still present. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still playing now. Protector, check them out. The album Golem, that's my favorite album by them. It just shreds and shreds and shreds. I can't get enough of it. The song Golem's cool as hell too. And Megalomania, those are two joints on that album that, they freaking rule, dude. Alright, and we'll go to number 3 and then we'll cut to break. Number 3 is, I feel like I like just recently found out about them, and their sound is just like, it sounds like someone's getting tortured in hell. It's pretty gnarly. It gives you bone chills. Hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, 1989 through now, and Balmer. And their earlier name, funny enough, was Corpse Grinder. Or I think it might have even been their 90s name, but Balmer, like I said, their vocals are very unique. It's like a blend of like kind of gutturalies, like almost like just like super old school death metal, and then there's just like, it sounds like a woman's or someone's being just tortured alive or like boiled alive, and like they got like this doom to them. Their riffs are like, almost like Obituary kinda, but they're pretty low and slow. Pretty low and slow too. And I love that. I love it when like bands take a section to just let it breathe, and then even sometimes when the drummers come in and crush that shit. But yeah, their album There Was Blood, 1995 EP. That's my favorite. That's the one I'm always. Blood Everywhere. There Was Blood Everywhere. Excuse me. I listened to that. It's on Spotify, and it's got like a weird fucked up painting on it of like some weird, like, it almost looks like some Slender Man in like your dreams, or like the Hat Man, some shit like that. It's gnarly, dude. It's insane. That album definitely check out. That's the one I've really only heard, and like I said, I just came across these guys really, and they've got a sound that just, it's pounding and crashing and grinding, and like I said, almost torturous. It's freaking brutal. And I'd put them up to one of the most brutal sounds I've heard in there, like, without like no jokes. Like if you're looking to listen to something pretty freaking dark, I check them out. Embalmer. All right, and that'll conclude the first half. We're gonna go to break. So yeah, check it out. Like I said, a lot of good stuff out of the 90s and 80s. Those were amazing years for metal, and these are some of my favorite metal bands. We will be right back. Alright, and we're back. I know what you guys are thinking. Luke, what the fuck is this? And what it is really us just winning. Not holding nothing back. We're getting it done. We ain't taking no for an answer. We're rolling with the punches. Kicking ass. Taking names. And having fun along the way. In other words, I hope you're enjoying this. Like I said, this is really kind of a project video. We got a stanky Richard coming down the street. Oh no. He might be podcasting. He might not. Oh yeah, here he comes. Here he comes. He might say hi. We might get a guess. But alright. So sorry for that little hiatus there. I'm just chilling, having a good afternoon. Just hopped on the sober train. Decided to take the step into not drinking. It's been kind of freaking killing me, and it's not important to me really, so I was like, screw it, and focusing on better stuff, you know. Gone straight edge. Colorado straight edge. Anyway, Internal Bleeding is our number 4th one. Amazing freaking band from Long Island, New York. And New York freaking rules for death metal, by the way. I love every band out of Buffalo and just that whole scene. The list goes on. It's just like a breeding ground for death metal music. Same with Florida too, don't get me wrong. Same with Florida. Florida's pretty gnarly too. But yeah, Long Island, New York, that's pretty dope. The album I like I'll just talk about them for a little bit. Their album, Present Voracious Content, 1995. They're from 1991 and they're still playing too. But that album, dude, holy shit, it kicks ass. The drummer almost reminds me of like early Joey Jordison, which is cool. He's got like a very similar like fill style and like the double bass style. I'm loving what they're doing. So like, yeah, definitely check out. And their singer is just, his flow is good. It's definitely some downright dirty old school. They get the fucking badass ride going. I love a good ride, and like when they're switching it up and hitting that ride, that just drives me nuts. And like I said, their style's smooth. They also kind of do what a Balmer does and bring it down low, man, and just kind of rock out. And almost doom metal element. It's just very heavy. They'll even like throw some dive bombs and whammy squeals in there. They're cool, man. They're heavy. The lyrics are pretty cool too. It's like, I mean, I don't want to say generic, but it's fairly generic death metal, but it's still like super good. They're one of my favorites on this list. I listen to these guys quite a bit. Like I said, their flow's really good. Their album's super good. Their songs are super fun. I'm trying to think of freaking one of my favorite songs by them. Just listen to that whole album. It's amazing. It's the album. The album cover's pretty dope too. It's not something you see every day. It's kind of like out of the norm. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah. I mean, you could tell it's a death metal album, but it doesn't like look like another one, and I thought that was, or like look at like every single one, and I thought that was kind of unique. But yeah, Internal Bleeding, 95, New York always kicks ass. They almost got like a new metal stomp in there, but not really. Like slam riffs, kinda, but not really. Not like this motherfucking band. All right, I will say this band on the list. This one might take the cake for me. I hate to put anything in front of anything else, but these guys just fucking womp, dude. They fucking womp it, they kill it, and they don't give a shit. They don't give a flying shit. Their album covers are just the most brutal thing ever. I don't know if I'll show the album cover, but ding 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 for the champion on this list for me, and I encourage you to check them out because they're heavy as fuck and just amazing. The band Rotting, woo, yeah, Rotting fucking kills it. Coming out of fucking Canada, Newmarket and Ontario, 1992 through 2005 was their span of terror, and fuck, man, I love it, dude. God, they're so fucking good. Their album Crushed, check that shit out. I can't really show it because it's fucking gnarly, but dude, I mean, like front to back, literally, it starts off, their second song, I'm not gonna say the name of the first one because it's kind of twisted, and it's a little off-putting, but like I said, these guys are brutal. They don't give a fuck. And goddamn, are they some amazing musicians. Their guitar solo, down to the guitar solos, to the structure of the songs, to their slam riffs. They like incorporate like mega fucking slam riffs. They're kind of like Eternal Bleeding too. They got the amazing ride section. The sound of their drums and their ride is just amazing. They kill it. I love their sound, their production quality. Everything about this band fucking rules, man. They killed it. I'm kind of fucking pissed they aren't making music or like still in the game, because god damn, is this album a masterpiece. It's easily one of in my top 5 death metal albums for sure. Crushed. It's brutal, twisted, in your face. The double basses can't get more heavier. It's almost got like a new metal, like, I don't know, it's just really crawly, like creepy crawly. It's good. It's old school. Man, I can't. 98, dude. That's sick. I didn't know it came out in 98. I want to say that's around like Dying Fetus was making some shit. Not like when they came out, but like around then when they were killing it too. I know they got some good albums around then. And they're kind of like Dying Fetus. Same with Internal Bleeding. That just smash riffs, just grinding you in, dude, making you try and getting you to tap out. So I highly fucking highly recommend Rotting, because they, like I said, by the time you're done, you're gonna be leaking brain goop out your eyes and ears. It is sick. All right, man. So that's like my like 5 I wanted to mention, kind of get out to the world, because they're 5 death metal bands that like I cherish and admire really well. I like their music, and I just love passing on good music to people who are looking for it, because maybe they could dig it and turn it on to someone else. That's how it grows, and that's how it stays alive. So yeah, those are like five of my favorite death metal bands, out of like unique ones you don't hear about often. Some honorable mentions I'd like to talk about. Terrorizer. I mean, it's a classic. I actually kind of hear about this a lot, so if I get some shit about it, whatever, fuck you. Yeah, Terrorizer, their album World Fall Down, 1989, like I said, amazing year. It's just sick, so I figured I'd shout it out. The next episode, the next honorable mention, is of course another fairly popular one. Cancer, their album Death Shall Rise, another amazing album. I didn't really get the date for that. I want to say it's like 80, 89 or somewhere in there, 89, 90. The album art on that album fucking rules. Dying Fetus, Destroy the Opposition, 2000. Like I said, I knew they were like later 90s, so yeah, I know that was cool. Oh yeah, it's Troy. See, I love the neighborhood, man. Everyone's cool in the neighborhood. Just walking through, passing by, not doing nothing, just chilling. Another good one is Impurity, Flesh Crawl, 1994. Yeah, the year I was freaking born. Hell yeah, that album freaking rules. It's heavy, also very slam riffy. I feel it's got a lot of badass slam riffs and shit. So love that one. And another one, I know I've mentioned this band before, and they're cool. I want to say they're Canadian, but don't quote me on that. That might be a different band that I'm thinking of. I forgot where these guys are from. But Satan's Revenge on Mankind, fucking rules, dude. Their album Gore Blast, fucking 2006. Oh god, it's sick. I love their snare. Everybody hates their fucking snare, saying it sounds like fucking Saint Anger snare, which I think they're doing that literally on purpose. I think they do like to have their own thing, and I think I love it. I think it sounds actually sick. Their drummer's fucking gnarly, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did use like a fucking keg or something for this, because it sounds like he's using a keg for a snare. And it's dope. I highly recommend checking them out. They're a lot of fun. I want to do an album on, or like not an album, an episode, excuse me, on like top 5 death metal bands that are shitty, gory, and fucking putrid. And that they're definitely gonna make the list. They're all 3 above. It's just that downright shit metal, shit death that I love, dude. I love that shit. Like shit that, like, if you put it on in front of like your like normal friends, they'd be like, "What in the fuck?" And yeah, check them out, dude. They're cool. And that'll conclude my honorable mentions. Like I said, I don't know what kind of episode I'm going to do next. I'm thinking I got one that's pretty dope about, like, chill, like, different genres, different style genres. I got one about this pop punk theory me and my buddies have been, like, working on, and how, like, grunge killed rock and roll, which led to pop punk and shit like that. It goes deep, and it's really good. So stay tuned. I know me and my brother got a couple episodes lined up. Me and my boy Kev just went digging and got some dope ass records. So, like, we're more than likely going to be doing an episode on that. Same with my buddy Logan. He's the other, like, the special on hour 20. We banged it out about the shit we listened to and what we watched, and it was cool. So yeah, stay tuned. We got lots of cool stuff on the way. Like I said, maybe even some concert footy and other fun shit. We've been going to a local. Well, Kevo has been going to a local spot, and he's getting cool with a lot of cool bands and shit. So the future's looking bright, y'all. Stay tuned. It's gonna be fun. We go deep, and we like to hang out deep. You know what I mean? Bottom doors, dwelling, eating the real good shit. All right. Thank you. Peace, love, all the above. Stay out of trouble. Don't drink and drive. Peace.
Out there? You think Steph socks? See how that sucks?